So it's 2:47. We've introduced ourselves already. Officer Beltran and Jones. Could you go ahead and state your name for me, spell your last and your date of birth, please?
Sure, it's Mark Pytel, Pytel, 32966.
Okay. And the reason why we're here today is we're doing an investigation about a boat accident that took place 2 days ago on Friday evening, and basically just trying to get, you know, the information that you might have in terms of anything that you saw, the who, what, when, where, and why type of stuff. So,
sure.
Are you a seasonal camper here?
Yes, I'm with Jamie
Okay.
Kidd.
Okay. And so where were you guys at the time?
We're our lot over there. I think it's like R8, R9, something like that. It's right over there.
Okay.
And my back was turned to the river, and I just brought over my jet ski, and her and I were talking, and then you just heard a collision.
Okay.
And I turned around and I looked, and it looked like a small boat going over the top of a pontoon boat.
Okay.
And first you don't really know what to make of it at first. And you're like, oh my God, that possibly can't be good.
Mm-hmm.
And so I ran over there into the other neighbor's pier, and I asked if they were okay. And all you heard was a bunch of yelling, you know, about whose fault it was, you know, whatever. And then all of a sudden you heard him calling for Megan. And I was like, oh my God, somebody in the water. We can't find Megan. So I turned around and looked at Jamie and said, Jamie, we got to call 911. And Jamie was very excited and very, I guess, kind of afraid. You know, she was scared. Mm-hmm. So I turned around and I ran to my truck, which is on a lot, R9, whatever, and I picked up my phone and I started dialing 911.
Okay.
And then I ran back out to the pier and I was talking to the operator. And the operator was asking me a bunch of questions, which I could not answer because I was not out in the water, because they were still out in the water. It was around dusk. It was like 8:30ish. Okay. And you could still see it wasn't dark, but you couldn't actually see what was actually happening out there. You just heard a bunch of people screaming, okay. A bunch of people calling for Megan, and the operator was asking me, is anybody hurt? And everyone from the water was saying, you got to call 911. I'm on the phone with them right now. I'm talking to them right now. Is anybody hurt? No, but we can't find Megan. And I told her, I think somebody's in the water. You know, they can't find somebody.
Okay.
And that's about it, you know. And then they started drifting down the water. I mean, you just saw debris everywhere.
Okay.
And then I started screaming up north here. I said, someone needs to get in the boat and come down there. Someone needs to get in the water. And I was looking at them and I said, you guys need to get in the water. You need to get in the water. You got to find her. And so finally, the people from up here came down in the boat, and I guess they pulled her out. But by that time, they drifted all the way past the campground. They were like on the east side of the shore, over down that way.
Okay.
And I could tell them, said, you know, if anybody's hurt, the ambulance is coming to the campground, because you could tell they were past the campground. So if you're hurt, you need to come back up this way. This is where the ambulance is coming.
Okay.
And eventually, the ambulance did come, you know, but then, you know, everything just happened after that. That's basically all I saw. I didn't see who hit who was at fault. I just heard an impact, and I turned around and you saw debris and everything, and a boat going over the top of another one, and people screaming.
Okay. When you said you were turned away,
my back was turned
right
to the river.
Did you hear a loud pop, or did you hear a this or that, or did you hear, you know, did you hear any hissing or whining? I mean, did you hear anything outside of?
No,
you know,
I just no. Just sounded like two boats out there. You know,
okay.
It's like two motors going.
Okay.
I mean, everything normal when you're at the river here. You hear them going up and down all day.
Right.
And there was only saw the pontoon. I never actually saw the littler boat who just heading north coming, because my back was turned. I saw the pontoon going that way because when I first got here, I kind of waved to people. They know who you are. It's like, oh, they're going out, whatever. Mm-hmm. But there was nobody else out on the water. In fact, I didn't even realize that little boat was out there, because they were coming from the south, heading north.
Okay.
And like I said, it was probably like a few minutes after I saw the pontoon heading south that I heard the collision, because my back was turned, because I was pointing things out to the jet ski that I just brought over to Jamie. So. Okay. I didn't actually see the collision. I just heard it, and I saw the aftermath of it.
Okay. What part of the collision did you hear? What would describe to me what you heard?
Like two things colliding.
Okay.
it's hard to explain. It just sounded like two things colliding, and you just saw debris going everywhere. And like I said, he saw like a little boat going over the top of a pontoon. And he's like, oh my God.
Okay.
You just don't know what to make of it at first. You're like, did that just really happen? And how many people were on the boat? I really didn't know. Everything just kind of like imploded.
So what you did see then, though, when you turned around, did you see? You saw one boat going over the top of
That's
another
what it appeared
boat.
to be. Right.
Okay. And now you talk about boats. You said pontoon. So one of the boats was a pontoon. And what was the other boat?
Looked like a little John boat.
Okay.
Kind of little fishing boat with the little motor in the back.
Okay.
Little outboard in the back. That kind of thing.
Which way was the John boat traveling?
The John boat apparently, I believe it was heading north.
Okay.
Because I know for a fact that the pontoon boat was heading south.
Okay.
I know that for a fact, and because I did not hear anything else when my back was turned except for that pontoon going south.
Okay. And so was this, from the part of the crash that you did see, was this a head-on crash then?
No, it looked like the pontoon kind of turned.
Okay.
So it's not like the John boat went to the length of the boat and went the width of the boat. That's what it looked like.
Okay.
Like I said, I just turned, and it happened really quick. I just heard, I mean, you hear the collision, and now obviously there's time going by, and you turn around, and you just see like the tail end of it, and you just see stuff going all over the place.
Okay. Okay. So at any point in time, at that point in time, I guess you said you ran to your car to get your cell phone.
Correct.
Okay, and you came back and you could still see the boats?
Yes.
Okay. Were they in the same position then in the river when you left, or?
No, they were floating down.
Okay.
They were floating down.
How far out in the river would you consider the boats were when you first saw the tail end of the crash?
Like width of the river?
Yeah.
They were like dead center pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, if you're gonna say, if they were more on the east or the west.
Yeah, it was more east.
They were both like in the center.
Okay. Do you know how far away that is in feet or yards or
football
really. Fields? Is it 2, 3 football fields?
No, it's nothing. The river's not that wide.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. I really couldn't say, but it's like if all you gotta do is go down there and take a look.
Yeah. I'm familiar. I just didn't know if you'd say.
No,
well,
I couldn't even give you an estimate.
They were 40 feet out or something like that, or
I couldn't give you an estimate like that.
Okay. Could you talk to the people? Could they hear you? Were you talking?
Well, you couldn't really talk like how you and I. You had to kind of like yell.
Okay.
Because like I said, they were out there, and from the pier I was at, from the time it happened, the current starts taking them down, and all you can hear is everyone being very excited and nervous and concerned because all of a sudden they were screaming for the woman named Megan.
Okay.
And as far as the other two guys in the little boat, I really don't know what happened with them. I just know the people on the pontoon were not too happy with them. You could hear that they were arguing, "You just hit my boat," that kind of thing. And I don't remember them saying anything.
Okay.
So I just remember them arguing about who hit who at first and then screaming for Megan.
Okay. Now, the people in the little boat, do you remember who was in the little boat?
No.
Okay. Were they men, women, children?
No, I couldn't really tell.
Okay.
I couldn't really tell.
Black, white,
like I said, I couldn't really tell.
Anything about what they were wearing or anything?
I couldn't really tell.
Okay. Okay.
I was more concerned about the woman in the water.
Sure, no worries.
That's what I was looking for. Because no one, that's all they were saying. We can't find Megan. So immediately you think somebody's in the water.
Right.
They're not on the boat. If they're not on the other boats, they're in the water somewhere. Right. So that's what I was looking for. I was looking to see if somebody was waving their hand or floating or whatever.
Sure.
That's what I was looking for. As far as who would look like what or what they were wearing, not a concern.
Okay.
When you said you saw the pontoon boat as it was traveling south. Approximate speed.
They were just trolling along. They weren't going that fast at all.
Okay.
Not at all. It's just a little pontoon boat. It's not. They're not known for speed.
Right.
They're just doing very light cruising speed at best. They're not going fast at all. They're just going out for a little cruise.
Okay. Now you say cruising speed, being that's a relative term.
I figured it said like road speed, maybe 10 miles an hour.
Oh, okay.
10, 15. They were just like butt-seeing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just kind of taking in the view. Just
right. Okay. And how do you know the people on the pontoon boat? What's your relationship?
Briefly, I just know them from because we're seasonals first year, and we were on their pontoon one time a couple weekends ago. One of his main name is Dave, and his friend Phil.
Okay.
We went to dinner with Phil one time, and Dave we just know from over here. We did go on the pontoon with Ken here. Yeah, we were on the boat one time with them. And that's about it. I only met him a couple times. I mean, you see him around because there's been like some parties at the pavilion. You see him around. And everyone's very friendly over here. Everyone's very. That's one thing about over. It's kind of cool. Very very friendly people.
Okay. Where were you guys originally from, though?
I'm from Lindenwood. It's not originally. That's just where I live.
Okay.
Okay. Jamie's from Sycamore.
Okay. All right. So not too far away then.
Right.
So, okay. As far as any other information that you want to give on any accord, it's an open statement. Is there anything that you want to add or anything?
No, not at all.
Okay.
It's just a tragedy. It's sad. Really sad.
Yes. Okay. Officer Jones, is there anything else?
Nope, not at this time.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give you a business card.
Okay.
And, so then that way, if you have any questions, my information is listed down there. I'm going to get up and stop. It's 2:58 p.m. I'm going to stop the video, and we'll take a short break. If there's anything else that you do want to add, we can come back in and we can restart everything up, though.
But
So.
that's pretty much it. I mean, I can't really add anything else.
Okay.
That, you know.
Perfect.
Have you